Hey guys, Jacob here, high school teacher, and today we are 20 or 30 miles outside of the tail of the dragon in Tennessee. Got a Subaru STI going by right now. We've been passed by a lot of cool cars, Civic Type R, Corvette C8, Audi RS7, but today we are taking the 2017 BMW 328d Touring Edition up the tail of the dragon. So this car has Bridgestone Blizzak winter tires on it right now. It's got the Thule roof box. It's basically fully equipped for the road trip that we've been on. We've done 2,000 miles so far, averaged about 45 miles per gallon. It kicks down into the lower 30s when you start driving the car harder, which obviously we're going to do. Now it's about 60 degrees here today. I hope we don't burn off too much tread, but we're going to need that winter tread when we head back north to Michigan because there's about 2 feet of snow at home waiting for us. I don't want to get to that because I don't like snow. Let's enjoy these nice roads. We're going to hit the tail of the dragon. I've never been on it before, and there's really not a lot of research about these cars as sports cars because, well, they're not sports cars. But any diesel fanatic will know anything's a sports car if you make it one. Let's see how it does. Let's see the fuel economy we get. Let's go take all 311 curves or whatever it is on the tail of the dragon. We'll do it once or twice, go through, and give you a report on the 328d in the hills in Tennessee.
The next 20 miles through the parkway was really quite a nice drive on its own. We stopped at a few of the turnoffs and made good use of the touring name in the BMW Touring. This is a great family vehicle, lots of room for my wife and I, and we even brought our dog along, although he didn't come for this part of the journey because he would have hated the tail of the dragon. He's in the cabin waiting for us. The mountains are just beautiful. I love this car because it truly does everything. It also doesn't hurt that this car looks so good as an M Sport in a Storo blue. One of my biggest concerns before buying was that it wasn't a 6-speed manual, but after many thousands of miles I can truly say the 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters is a genius transmission. The visibility is also really good and it's a very comfortable car. We went through the dragon once and got to the other end, which has lots of signs that lets you know you're getting on the tail of the dragon, and a couple meeting areas that were closed because of the off-season. If you come at the tail of the dragon from the Tennessee side the way that we did, you would really have no idea you're getting on. But when you get on from the North Carolina side like this, it's pretty clear to see you're about to partake of a pretty cool adventure. After one of what they call a practice run through, we decided to hit it from the North Carolina side, and this is where we started taking video for you guys to see just how well this car performs on these crazy, twisty, turny roads.
Okay, so we just crossed the border again from North Carolina back into Tennessee, and we are restarting our second run on the tail of the dragon. First run, we saw a few cars, stopped off once or twice. It's amazing. Like, let me explain. So there's all these other roads in Tennessee where you're like, wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow. How is this not the tail of the dragon? Like, this is pretty amazing. You're going up all these mountains and hills. Even the road just to get to our cabin is spectacular with all these switchbacks. But then you get on the tail of the dragon. But this is like an actual real roller coaster. The curves not only curve, they roll. So you feel like you're on a track, but there's this element of, okay, we're not on a track. There's leaves on the road, there's sticks and branches, there's traffic coming the other way, there's speed limits, there's embankments, there's all this stuff going on where we're trying to really find sort of the limit of this car and what it's capable of. And by the way, after one run through the dragon, we're averaging 25.7 miles per gallon, which isn't bad. It seems like there's a lot of understeer with this car, and I mean, that's to be expected with any 4,000 pound all-wheel drive vehicle, especially with the diesel engine in the front. I'm sure it's a little heavier than the N20, which would be the gasoline motor that you could get in a 328 if it wasn't the 328D. But the N47 diesel, it's doing, here goes a Mustang, it's doing really well. We're having lots of fun. This car is handling it really quite well. I just love the steering. There isn't as much steering feedback, of course, as I would like, but that seems to be the complaint with just about all electronic steering systems. You just don't feel the road as much. As for the actual steering pressure, compared to my E92, which is still a hydraulic steering rack, it's lighter, but it's not Audi light. The steering is heavy enough to feel somewhat engaged with the car. You just don't feel the little stutter bumps, like here we hit a hole or a pothole, and you don't even feel it with the car. Depending on what kind of driver you are, that's either an advantage or a disadvantage, because when you feel these stutter bumps, it helps you feel engaged with the road, yes, but if you don't feel them, it's kind of a nicer quality ride. We just passed mile number 6 about 30 seconds ago. Every curve just gives way to another curve. All it reminds me of is when you're a kid and you're building a train track, and the only train track pieces you have left are all corners. You have no straight pieces left. So you build one corner, and then your next piece that you put on it is just another corner that goes the opposite way. And you just got to build the train track like this. So we come out of a curve, 15 miles an hour, we'll hit it at about 40. Coming in tight, and another curve. I would say from mile 6.5 to mile 7 is probably the gnarliest stretch. Pretty awesome. The car handles it really great. I think you can have a lot of fun with pretty much anything. You know, we've been talking about the cool cars that we've seen up here today, but we've also seen a lot of Hyundai Elantras, saw a Kia Soul, a bunch of cars that, you know, people are just driving to have fun. But you can tell that they're like tuner guys, you know, they've got like resonator deletes or whatever on an Elantra, and immediately the toxicity in the car community would have me say, wow, what a joke. People are driving Elantras and they think they're cool cars. But the reality is this road would be a ton of fun in anything, as long as it wasn't something top heavy like a SUV or a big truck. You just can't go that fast. Even my buddy Ryan was telling me yesterday, he took his Porsche 911 up here, and that's a 911 turbo. Thing's bagged, it's got racing seats, I believe it's got a cage. I can't remember, I think it's got a cage. Anyway, he said that he couldn't really even get out of second or third gear. You just can't go all that fast. It's all about the corners. It's all about engaging with your car, feeling the limits of the car. This is extremely impressive. You don't have the steering feedback that you would have in an older BMW, but when we're talking about a vehicle that can tow 2,000 pounds, it's all-wheel drive, you can use it all season long. It's got a ton of cargo capacity because of it being a wagon. It's super capable up here, and we're getting 25 miles per gallon the whole time.
When our adventure through the mountain came to an end, we had driven 144 total miles, which is around 250 kilometers, and we burned less than half a tank. We were in the car for over 4 hours with no real discomfort, and actually, we've done over 2,000 miles on this trip, and it's been really comfortable, other than the expected motion sickness you get as a passenger on the tail of the Dragon. But hey, my wife did pretty well, you can't complain. This is just an awesome little car. I'm really impressed with the 2-liter diesel and the all-wheel drive system, paired with the 8-speed automatic. Put it in manual mode, get going, get great fuel economy, and go anywhere you want to go. This is an absolutely awesome car for just about anything you can imagine. For more content like this and many others about some other pretty cool cars, make sure to head over to my Instagram, HighSpoolTeacher, and check out my YouTube channel. I'm always trying to do something new with a different car, just to make it fun and interesting for me and for you guys too. Currently, we have a BMW 135i, 335i, the 328d, and another surprise car coming soon, so lots of content on the way. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell if you want to get notifications for when I post.